What if the very reason money hasn't arrived yet is because you keep trying to force it? What if the moment you finally stop chasing and start trusting is the exact moment abundance begins to flow? I am money, and I don't follow panic. I follow peace. And today, I'll show you why trusting the process is the most powerful investment you'll ever make. You keep asking, when will the money come? But I, money, have been waiting to ask you, when will you finally trust? Because every time you doubt, I pause. Every time you rush, I hide. But the moment you surrender, when your heart says, it's already on its way, that's when I come running toward you. Faster than ever before. Before we begin, honor this moment. If you truly want to unlock the flow of abundance, do 3 things right now. They aren't just actions. They're signals to the universe. Follow this channel so you never miss the messages I, money, send directly to you. Like this video to anchor your energy of trust and tell the algorithm of the universe, I'm ready to receive. Comment below. I trust the process and abundance flows to me. Because every click, every word, every heartbeat that aligns with trust becomes a call I can't ignore. I am money, and I move toward those who believe. I am money. And today I want to reveal a truth that most people never understand. I follow flow, not hurry. You run after me as if chasing a shadow, demanding that I show up now, in your way, on your timeline. You panic when I don't obey your expectations, and in that panic, you push me further away. You see, I do not respond to force. I respond to harmony. I don't live in the vibration of rush or fear. I live in the rhythm of trust. Every time you act from desperation, you interrupt the natural current that was already guiding me to you. When you worry about how and when I will come, you send mixed signals to the universe. One moment, you're calling me in. The next, your doubt cancels the invitation. I am not a prize to be hunted. I am a presence to be aligned with. I flow where there is peace, not pressure. When you are calm, I feel safe to approach. When you trust the process, I know that you are ready to receive. But when you try to control everything, the outcome, the timeline, the result, I feel your fear, and I hesitate. Because fear is the energy of lack, and I cannot survive where lack lives. You think I am slow when I don't appear instantly, but I am never late. I arrive when your vibration is prepared to hold me. I arrive when your energy matches abundance, not anxiety. My timing is not your timing, but it is always perfect. I move through unseen pathways, weaving opportunities, ideas, and connections behind the curtain of your awareness. The truth is, I am always moving toward you. But when you chase me frantically, you step out of the current that leads to me. You can't catch the river by running, you join it by flowing. The moment you release the need to control me, you create the space for me to arrive naturally. I do not live in the hands of the restless. I live in the hearts of the trusting. The more you relax, the faster I come. The more you doubt, the slower I move. Because manifestation is not about force, it's about frequency. So stop trying to make me come faster. Stop measuring the timing of your blessings by the clock. Instead, measure it by your alignment, your peace, your faith, your readiness. I am money, and I am not running away from you. I am waiting for you to stop running from yourself. Trust the flow. Surrender the hurry. Because when your energy becomes still and certain, I will arrive quietly and stay permanently. Here lies your greatest struggle. You want instant proof before surrendering faith. You crave visible evidence before allowing yourself to believe. You plant the seed and dig it up every single day, desperate to see if it has started to grow. And every time you disturb the soil, you interrupt the miracle that was unfolding quietly beneath the surface. You whisper, "Why isn't it happening yet?" And that very question sends a vibration of doubt into the universe, freezing what was once in motion. Impatience is not progress. It's disguised fear. It is the illusion of control, the belief that if you just push harder, check more often, or worry a little louder, You can force the universe to move faster, but that's not how energy works. Energy moves through flow, not through pressure. Creation happens in surrender, not in struggle. Every time you rush, you send a message that says, I don't trust life. I don't trust the process. I don't trust that abundance is on its way. And money, cannot exist in that frequency. You think that worrying keeps you safe, that by overthinking, over-planning, and over-controlling, you can prevent failure. But in truth, worry doesn't protect you, it paralyzes you. It blocks inspiration, it chokes intuition, and it builds an energetic wall between you and the abundance that's already trying to reach you. I can't pass through that wall. Your need for certainty is the very thing that keeps you from receiving it. When you rush, you tell the universe, I don't believe I'm supported. You trade faith for anxiety, and faith is my only doorway in. I don't respond to chaos. I respond to confidence. I don't follow panic. I follow peace. Every time you say, I need it now, what I hear is, I'm afraid I'll never have it. And that fear repels me instantly. The truth is, manifestation is never delayed, only doubted. The universe is not punishing you with waiting. It is preparing you for receiving. There are lessons being arranged, opportunities being aligned, and energies being balanced behind the scenes. The process is sacred. It is not meant to be rushed. You cannot microwave destiny. Money, am not gone when you can't see me. I am simply rearranging myself to meet your level of trust. Every time you relax and say, I know it's coming, you pull me closer. Every time you panic and say, maybe it won't, you push me away. It's not about time, it's about trust. So stop asking, when? Start saying thank you. Stop begging for signs. Start believing in flow. Because the moment you stop forcing the process and start trusting it, you create the space where miracles happen naturally. I am money, and I only move where faith stands still. Here is the truth. When you trust the process, I appear at the perfect moment. Not a second too early, not a breath too late. My timing is always exact because I move according to energy, not impatience. Trust is the invisible bridge between your desire and my arrival. It doesn't just calm your mind. It creates energetic space, and in that space, I flow freely. When your heart is at peace, your vibration becomes clear, and that clarity is what allows me to find you. You are not waiting for me. You are aligning with me. What you call delay is really divine synchronization. Every unseen moment is assembling the people, opportunities, and circumstances that must be in place for me to arrive and stay. You don't see the roots growing beneath the surface, but they're building the foundation for your harvest. The universe never says no, it says not yet, because I'm making it better. The process is not punishment, it's preparation. Every quiet season is training your faith. Every nothing is happening moment is sharpening your energy. You're being stretched, refined, and strengthened. Because money, don't come to chaos. I come to stability. You must be able to hold me without fear, to receive me without self-sabotage. That's what the process teaches you. It builds the emotional muscle required to maintain abundance once it arrives. Faith is not about believing when it's easy. It's about believing when it's silent. When your external world shows no progress, and yet you choose to keep your heart open, that's the moment your energy becomes magnetic. The silence is not absence. It's incubation. The universe is rearranging itself behind the veil, aligning every piece in ways you can't yet perceive. When you trust without needing proof, you rise to the highest frequency of manifestation. You stop chasing, and you start attracting. You stop forcing, and you start flowing. That surrender is not weakness, it's mastery. It's you saying, I know the process is working for me, even when I can't see it. That vibration, calm, confident, unwavering, is what calls me in effortlessly. I do not come to the anxious or the desperate. I come to the peaceful, the patient, the ones who trust their timing. Because the ones who trust are already living in abundance. They understand that creation is not a race, it's a rhythm. And when your rhythm aligns with mine, everything unfolds exactly as it should. So stop fighting the process. Let it unfold with grace. Keep your heart steady, your energy grounded, your trust unshakable, because I, money, am never truly far away. I am simply waiting for your faith to match your desire, and when it does, I arrive effortlessly, precisely, abundantly, and on time. Place your hand over your heart and say aloud, I trust the process, and money is already on its way. Now close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel your chest rise and fall. Feel life moving through you, calmly, steadily, without rush. That rhythm is the same rhythm that governs abundance. The heartbeat within you is proof that the universe already knows timing far better than your mind ever could. You don't need to chase or control. You only need to align. As you breathe, imagine golden light expanding from your heart. With every exhale, release your fears, your deadlines, and the need to know when things will happen. Let go of the calendar, the clock, the pressure. In their place, feel the quiet power of trust filling your body. You are safe in the flow. The moment you stop gripping for control, you make room for miracles to move faster. Trust is not passive. It is the most powerful form of action. It signals to the universe, I am ready. I know it's working, even if I can't see it yet. Every time you speak those words, I trust the process, and money is already on its way, you rewire your energy from fear to faith. You shift from demanding proof to embodying certainty. And certainty is the frequency that attracts everything you desire. Feel how your body changes when you say it. Your shoulders soften, your breath deepens. The noise of anxiety begins to fade. That peace is not emptiness, it's creation in motion. The universe doesn't rush because it already knows. Your trust doesn't speed time. It dissolves resistance, which allows everything to flow to you naturally. Now visualize your life unfolding perfectly. See the opportunities forming behind the scenes, the people being aligned to help you, the doors that are already unlocking. You don't need to know how, your only job is to believe it is happening. When you trust, you send a clear signal into the field of infinite potential, and that signal becomes your reality. Each breath of faith is a message to the universe saying, I am ready to receive. Each release of doubt is a message saying, I am done resisting. Each repetition of your affirmation strengthens the bridge between intention and manifestation. Understand this. You were never waiting for abundance. Abundance was waiting for your surrender. The moment you stop forcing and start trusting, I, money, can finally move freely. I am drawn to ease, to grace, to the vibration of someone who knows that life is always working in their favor. So keep your hand on your heart and whisper it again, slowly, meaningfully. I trust the process, and money is already on its way. Let that be your prayer, your mantra, your energetic command. Because when you live in trust, you no longer chase miracles. You become the magnet that miracles chase. That's exactly what happened with Juliana. For months, she'd been chasing results, working harder, thinking longer, and worrying endlessly about why things weren't happening fast enough. Every day, she checked her phone for updates, refreshed her email dozens of times, and asked herself, why is it taking so long? She believed that by controlling every detail, she could make abundance arrive sooner. But all that control was rooted in fear, not faith. And fear, no matter how disciplined it looks, always blocks flow. The more Juliana tried to force things to happen, the more everything around her seemed to freeze. Clients went silent, opportunities slowed. She began to question whether the universe was even listening. Maybe it's not meant for me, she thought. But deep down, something in her knew that she wasn't supposed to live in this cycle of stress and resistance. She just didn't know how to stop fighting the current. One night, exhausted and overwhelmed, she sat quietly in her room. The noise in her mind was too loud, so she placed her hand on her heart and whispered, I trust the process, and money is already on its way. At first, it felt strange, like lying to herself. But as she repeated it, something softened inside her. Her breath slowed, her shoulders relaxed. For the first time in months, she stopped trying to control everything and allowed herself to simply believe. The next day, she woke up lighter. She didn't feel the urge to check her phone every 5 minutes. She went for a walk, breathed in the air, and felt gratitude for what she already had: her skills, her health, her dreams. That quiet gratitude created a vibration stronger than all the hustle in the world. It was trust in motion. And that's when it happened. 3 days later, she received a message. The contract she had been waiting on, the one that had been delayed for months, was finally approved. The timing seemed magical, but it wasn't magic. It was alignment. When she stopped pushing, she created space for energy to move. When she stopped doubting, she allowed what was already hers to reach her. Nothing external changed. Her energy did. The universe hadn't been withholding blessings. It had been waiting for her to stop blocking them with fear. Once she surrendered, everything began to flow naturally again. Money had been hovering around her all along, waiting for her trust to open the door. Juliana learned something most people never understand. Surrender is not giving up. It's letting go of resistance. By trusting the process, she became magnetic to the results she had been chasing. And from that day on, she didn't just receive money. She attracted it. Because when your energy says, I trust, money, finally know where to go. Hear me clearly. The trust you choose today will become the abundance that flows tomorrow. Every time you breathe instead of worry, every time you surrender instead of control, you plant a seed that the universe rushes to water. You may not see it yet, but beneath the surface, everything is aligning for your good. The timing you once feared is not delay, it is divine design. The universe does not respond to panic, it responds to peace. Panic vibrates at the frequency of lack. Peace vibrates at the frequency of creation. When you trust, you tell the universe, I am ready to receive. And that calm certainty rearranges everything around you. Suddenly, the right people appear. The right doors open. The right opportunities reveal themselves, not through force, but through flow. Money, do not rush. I am precise. I know exactly when to arrive, and I never come too early or too late. My rhythm is perfect because it follows the same rhythm that governs life itself: sunrise and sunset, tides and seasons, growth and harvest. You cannot rush a seed to bloom, and you cannot rush abundance to appear. But the moment you trust that it will bloom, the process accelerates in unseen ways. When you cling to fear, you send me a message that says, I am not safe to receive yet. But when you rest in faith, you open the channel that allows me to move freely. You may think waiting is weakness, but in truth, patience is power. Trust is the most magnetic force in the universe, because it's rooted in surrender, not control. Understand this. Every manifestation requires space. Just as a tree needs soil, sunlight, and time, your desires need faith, peace, and patience. The energy of trust creates that space. It's the invisible container where miracles take form. You cannot build wealth from tension. You can only build it from flow. I am money, and I flow through calm, aligned, trusting hearts. So when it feels like nothing is happening, that's when everything is happening. The silence is sacred. It's where the roots of your manifestation grow strong enough to support what's coming. The longer the preparation, the greater the arrival. And when I finally come, I won't come in fragments. I'll come in overflow. I am not absent. I am aligning. I am not ignoring you. I am preparing the path to meet you in full. When your trust becomes unshakable, I no longer have to search for you. I can find you effortlessly. So release your grip. Breathe deeply. Smile at the process that is already working in your favor. Because money always arrive right on time, never by chance, always by alignment. Your faith sets the clock, and when your heart says, I trust, I begin to move. And soon, you will look back and realize, the moment you stopped chasing was the moment I started running toward you. Now it's your turn. Take a deep breath, and make this moment your turning point. Type these words below, not as a phrase, but as a declaration that rewrites your vibration. I trust the process, and I receive abundance. Don't rush through it. Feel every word as it leaves your fingertips. Let it vibrate through your energy field like a golden pulse of faith. The moment you write it, you're no longer just watching the video, you're entering alignment. You're telling the universe, I am ready to receive, not from fear, but from trust. Like this video to anchor your faith. Because every small action, even a simple click, becomes an energetic stamp of belief. A way of saying, yes, I am choosing trust. Comment to release your fear. Words have power, and when you express trust publicly, you break the cycle of doubt silently living in your mind. This isn't just an algorithmic action, it's a spiritual signal. You're telling your subconscious that from this moment forward, you no longer cling to panic, you surrender to peace. Follow this channel to keep hearing my voice, because I am money, and I flow with those who trust. Each time you return here, you're reminding yourself of the frequency that wealth responds to: consistency, peace, and certainty. I am not drawn to those who chase me. I am drawn to those who align with me. Now close your eyes for a moment and imagine your future self, calm, confident, surrounded by abundance. That version of you isn't waiting in desperation. They are moving in faith. They know everything is unfolding perfectly, even when the evidence hasn't yet appeared. And that version of you already lives in a reality where money flows naturally, opportunities appear easily, and peace is your constant state. That version of you exists, and trust is the bridge that takes you there. So right now, take one last deep breath. Inhale faith. Exhale control. Whisper softly to yourself, I trust the process, and I receive abundance. Let those words sink into your body. Feel the energy shift. Feel the tightness in your chest start to ease. Because the moment you trust, you create space for me, money, to return in ways beyond logic, beyond timing, beyond expectation. This is not the end of your journey. This is the moment everything begins to move again. The invisible wheels of abundance have already started turning. And soon, what once felt delayed will arrive right on time. I am money, and I flow with those who trust. Trust the process, stay calm in the waiting, and I promise you this, I will not fail you, because faith opens the door. And once it's open, I always walk through.